Alright guys, so we have a little bit of a response video today. It's a response to a response. So if you guys were around last week, you probably saw the video that I made about these two idiots. If you haven't, there's a card up above and I'll have it linked down below so you can go watch that first and then come back to this one so you guys have a reference point as to why these two are idiots. And yes, I do still believe they're idiots even after their proof video. But let's just get into it. So these two brothers, if you really don't want to go look at the other video, are claiming that they are dying, and they do mean dying, like knocking on death's door. And they got called out by a bunch of people, including me, and because of that, they ended up making a response video called "The Truth About Us Dying for Views." And clearly they know exactly what they're doing with this thumbnail, and it's shitty. And within the opening few seconds of the video, they've got all the different people that have called them out, showing on screen, including my video. I made it. I made it, Mom and Dad. I'm right in there. Now, before we go through their video and talk about how what they've said doesn't really counter any of the criticism they've received for the most part, especially from the YouTube side of things, I just like to point to this clip from my video. So before I actually start, I want to say that I don't know their personal medical history. They could actually be suffering from some ailments. I just don't think it's to the extent that they're saying it is. So right there in my video, I openly state that I don't know their personal health issues and that there's a good chance they could actually be sick. I never tried to say that they weren't sick at all. I just tried to say that they were extremely over-exaggerating the level of their health issues and how close they were to death in order to manipulate the young audiences. And nothing that they've said in this video counters that. And I think it's actually worse now. So let's keep kind of sliding through this. But I went ahead and watched the video just to see if they would have anything to say that could make the stuff that they said in the previous two videos make any sense, because in the 50-minute video, the doctor even says that they don't have any kind of diseases, which kind of counters what they were saying. And they also tried saying that the doctors wouldn't do anything for them, but then at the beginning of the last video, Vertigo Boy Tommy tries to say that the doctor said his brother only had 4 weeks to live. But then at the beginning of the video, it said 4 weeks earlier, which means that he should have already been dead. It made no sense. It was very clearly trying to manipulate their younger viewers and in the timeline of events, and just none of it makes sense. So let's actually have a look at the video and see if they have anything of value to say. Spoiler alert, they don't.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, right now in this video, we're not just gonna be proving to you that we are sick and that we are literally dying, but we're gonna be proving to you guys that Dr. Bergman is the best doctor in the world.
Chiropractor. He's a chiropractor. Chiropractors are not doctors. Just as a heads up, no doctor could tell somebody specifically that they had 4 weeks to live. And again, I will say, if he was that close to dying from kidney problems and his kidneys not filtering out liquids and fluids, he'd be in the hospital on dialysis. He would 100% be in the hospital. His skin tone would look a hell of a lot different. I'm pretty sure his eyes would even look yellow at this point if he was somehow that close to dying. But let's just keep going.
Before we literally prove anything to anyone, what we want to say first of all is we forgive every single one of you guys that has created a hate video on us. Every single comment, every single thing that any of you have said, we forgive you, because that's what Jesus Christ would do.
And I hope that Jesus forgives you for all of this bullshit you've been spewing, and I hope to hell that nobody takes you seriously enough to discontinue actual medical treatment to go in search of Dr. Bergman or another snake oil salesman, I guess that's what we're gonna go with, because this video gets worse, guys. Just you freaking wait. Because it's not just these guys that he can save. Chiropractor, not Dr. Bergman, can cure all diseases. Every single one of them. Did you know that?
But we're gonna show you guys a way out to healing any sickness and any problem that is wrong with your body.
Let's keep watching and find out how. Spoiler alert, you never find out how.
I prove and I show that I was taking about 15 tablets a day to try and fix my kidney disease.
Again, never said you weren't sick, never said you didn't have edema, just said that if it was as bad as you said it was, you would be in a hospital! What is so hard to understand about that? Anyways, let's see your footage from 2 years ago, man.
So this one is my magnesium that I've got to take every day. I've got to take 2 of them. Then this one is my D3 that I actually have to take 1 of them at nighttime when I eat. This is when I eat at night.
D3 as well.
This one is blood pressure before I go to bed. I take 1 tablet of those. This one is when I eat. I've got to take that one to protect my stomach. Now, these ones are really bad for you. What they actually do is shut down your immune system, so my immune system can't fight against any other problems that come at me.
Again, I wasn't trying to say you weren't sick, and a lot of other people weren't trying to claim that you didn't have any kind of medical issues, just that you were grossly exaggerating what those medical issues were for your own personal gain. And then you didn't really go over the specifics of the ones that are supposed to be for the kidney medications. Again, I'm not denying it, but you just vaguely go over what they do for you. And why did you make this video in the first place? It was kind of, I don't know what the whole video is. Maybe I should go find it, but the whole make sure you watch to the end of the video so you can see why I have to take this medicine. It's kind of weird, man. So he's basically saying that the medication he was taking was shutting down his immune system, which would really suck. And I could understand why you would want to try to maybe find a better way to deal with your problems. But again, if you were sick as you were saying you are, you'd be in a hospital. So then they actually show the footage of this guy's edema, which again, never tried to deny that he had. But the way he's trying to describe it, he's trying to say that his body was retaining 16 to 20 kilos of liquid, which is something like 530-ish fluid ounces of liquid in your body, which I think is like 36 pounds. I don't like, are you just saying that like you started gaining weight, so you weighed yourself and like that was like 16 kilograms is about how much extra you weighed compared to the last time you weighed yourself? Or is there something that specifically said that is the amount of extra fluid? Because that's a lot. That is a lot of weight to be holding around in liquid, and I'm pretty sure you'd be in the hospital in that condition. If those are all the pieces of the puzzle, the completed puzzle is the hospital. Maybe I'm wrong, but that seems like an exorbitant amount of liquid to be in your body to not be on dialysis. Now for him, he's trying to claim that the chiropractor is fixing the spot around his kidneys so that the signal will fire between his brain to his kidney to process the fluids, and that apparently they are going to the good doctor, the good not doctor, 3 times a day, 7 days a week. Now, honestly, if they had just stuck with this kid, if they had stuck with the kid with the kidney problems and just tried to push that stuff forward, they'd probably be a lot better off right now, and they might actually have people believing. But no! Tommy had to get into it. Vertigo Boy had to be in the scene. So if you guys do not remember from the first one or did not want to watch the first one, this guy tried to claim that his acne was linked to vertigo symptoms and that it was killing him. There's no such thing as fatal vertigo. There are probably things that cause vertigo that have other issues, but he never actually said there was anything else wrong with him in the first video. So let's see what he has to say in this one, because obviously most people had the severe criticism of him trying to claim that his vertigo was killing him.
I thought I was going insane. I was getting depression, anxiety, all these sorts of stress, just overload, migraines, all these symptoms happening, dizziness. I'm waking up and it's just spinning. Now I know that a lot of you guys would be saying that you can't die from this, but you can. How many people have died from depression? How many people have died from anxiety and stress? It just pushes you to a point when everyone's telling you that you're not telling the truth. It pushes you to a point in your mental state where you can just suicide, you can do anything.
Now, a lot of people actually deal with stuff like that. Maybe not the full spinning of the room, but anxiety and stress can cause that kind of disorientation. But this is not what he was trying to say he was dealing with before. He was just trying to say that he was extremely dizzy and that everything was spinning all the time. And he's now trying to say that it was feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression, which lead people to dying, which is true. You can literally stress yourself out to the point that you cause yourself so many negative body reactions that you do start developing other issues. You can get ulcers from stress. You can get chronic headaches and tension issues from stress. It can prevent you from sleeping properly, which causes all sorts of other issues. No one's gonna try to say that stress isn't something that weighs down on your body, but you weren't dying. You even say that you would never commit suicide from those feelings. So I don't know what you're trying to argue here, that saying that you were dying. So what is he actually trying to say he has?
His neck was literally crooked. It was crooked. He had a crooked neck. But not only that, he had arthritis in his back, arthritis in his neck.
Oh, it's arthritis of the neck and of the back. The thing that, again, millions of people around the world deal with. Arthritis is not a death sentence. My parents have arthritis. I will probably get arthritis. Tons of people have arthritis. That is not killing you. But just wait, he goes one step further into the realm of fucking lunacy.
I have a gut that is leaking. So now what leaky gut is, it's like Crohn's disease, if you've ever heard of that. It's literal holes in your gut that when you eat something, toxins just spew into your bloodstream.
Oh, right. It's the leaky gut.
Starting diseases like cancer, kidney diseases, liver diseases, all those sorts of things would have started happening to my body. I really was dying. I was about to develop cancer. I was about to develop liver diseases and all sorts of things like that.
Okay, so leaky gut is something that a lot of doctors don't even believe is real, but if it is real, it's not lethal. It's something that you could find kind of associated with like celiac disease and Crohn's disease. And if it is real, all you really have to do would be like limit refined carb intake, take probiotics, get higher counts of fiber in your diet. It is certainly not something that can kill you. And then he takes it one step further. Apparently he was right around the corner from getting cancer because allegedly this could cause cancer. This thing that might not even exist, and if it does exist, has nothing to do with cancer. According to this guy, it could cause cancer and liver disease and kidney failure. And luckily, Dr. Bergman can cure every disease. And you might be thinking, Amanda, there's no way they claimed that the chiropractor could cure every single disease.
Because he knows every single answer to the sickness. He knows a cure to cancer. He knows a cure to liver disease. He knows a cure to kidney disease. He knows a cure to everything.
What is wrong with these kids? Now this is where I start to get an extreme issue with them because on the one hand, I refuse to believe that anyone is stupid enough to believe that a doctor can do this. But if they were stupid enough to believe that a doctor could do this, they would go all in. They would just be like, yeah, man, this guy's a freaking genius. He can fix everything. But what I feel like is much more likely is that there is some weird sponsorship going on here because these two are freaking adamant about getting people to subscribe to this friggin' not doctor. To the point that if you do subscribe to him, they will increase your chances of their iPhone giveaway, because that's still going on. Do you guys remember the iPhone giveaway from the first video? Yeah, that's still happening.
We don't care what the haters say. We legitimately want to give back to you guys. That's why we're giving away 2 iPhone X's. All you gotta do to enter this giveaway is subscribe to Dr. Bergman, because we want you guys not only to enter a giveaway that you could win an awesome iPhone, but you will also learn the truth about health.
And if you sub to them, turn on notifications, you get entered, and then you can double your chances by subscribing to Dr. Bergman. And that's all bullshit, because there's no way to track that. You can't track when someone subs to you. If they have that setting that you can see that they're subbed to you on, you can go through your subs and see who subbed to you, but there is no way to like cross-verify if that person also subbed to Dr. Bergman unless you were manually doing it to every single person, which seems unlikely. And there's actually no way to see who has your notifications turned on. There's no way to see who's liked the video. And obviously you could see if somebody commented, but there's actually no way that they can regulate this giveaway properly in the way that they're saying they are. So it's bullshit, and I would be extremely impressed if anybody gets a damn iPhone. Now, getting around to the doctor, and the reason why I think this is even more disgusting is this is the kind of doctor that talks about like anti-vaxxing, but his entire channel is just spewing this bullshit and trying to convince people away from things that could actually cure them. And I'm not trying to say that modern medicine is infallible and that there's a chance that you could go to somebody with a genuine problem and they wouldn't find it, but that's why you get second opinions. That's why you look into things. But trying to say that your chiropractor can cure cancer is absolutely irresponsible. It's disgusting, it's vile, and it pisses me off. Why is this allowed on YouTube? Why is this video still up? In no world universe can a chiropractor cure cancer, cure liver diseases, cure problem. Like, if this guy's trying to say that his chiropractic could cure somebody's tumor, if they had a tumor inside them, I would love to see somebody try to say that, because it's disgusting. And if he doesn't believe he can do that, but is letting them go on saying they can, he's just as fucking complicit as they are, but he doesn't seem interested in countering anything they're saying at all. Literally, the only thing in their video I agree with was when they asked people not to send unnecessary hate to others, because honestly, your fans are very hateful people. But I think it was mostly to try to deflect some of it from you guys, because you're trying to say that any kind of genuine criticism coming your way is hate. But it's not. It's trying to call out bullshit being marketed to children, and what you are marketing to children is extremely unsafe. You're trying to say that a chiropractor can cure diseases better than doctors who specialize in illnesses and went through years and years and years of medical training to do so. That is irresponsible, and that is disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Especially when they know that kids will just do anything you ask when you're dangling something like an iPhone in front of them. That's irresponsible, that's dangerous, and YouTube 100% should not allow it. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.